Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me. Today's video is a DIY video. I'm going to show you how I made this wooden sign for my daughter's room, which she loved. So let's get started. Here are some of the supplies that you're going to need to make this wooden sign. I will post everything that you need in the description box below just in case you would like to make this as well. This is a template I created on my Silhouette machine, so you're going to need whatever template you decide. So we're going to start by making these little small flowers, and so I'll show you step by step how I made them. These flowers were super easy to make. They are paper flowers, but you can use real flowers. This is just more of a cost-effective solution. So the first thing we're going to make is this pretty flower. You're going to start off by punching with your circle punch a few circles out, and then once you've got everything punched, you're going to take your scissors and make a small slit. You're not going to slit it all the way through, you're just going to make it partially. Then you're going to fold it over, as you can see here, and then you're going to glue it so that it makes a little bit of a cylinder shape. See? Super easy. And so you're going to keep doing that times, I believe I did like maybe 10 or 15 petals, and so just keep making those until you get the desired quantity of petals that you would like. And then what we're going to do from there is we're going to take each petal and we're going to glue it together, and so that way it makes a flower. So super easy and a fraction of the cost of what it would be if you were to purchase faux flowers from the craft store. So this was awesome because it took a little time to make it, but again, I saved money in the end, so that's always the best option. Just keep assembling the flowers layer by layer, and make sure that when you're assembling them, you make the petals even, so that way it kind of starts to look like a real flower. And then towards the end, you're going to make a smaller cylinder, and you're going to fold it at the bottom, glue it, and then insert it into the inside of it to finish it off. Once that's done, you're going to need some glitter. Take a little bit of that glue from the glue gun, insert it into the flower, and then add a little glitter just to finish it off and make it look just a little more glitzy. Next, we're going to make the petals for the flowers, which are really easy. You're going to take your punch, and I just only need the petal from the punch. What I'll do is I'll punch them out, and then I'll fold them to look like a leaf, and then I'll go ahead and glue them on the bottom of the flower. And so I've made a total of 5 flowers, and so I'm just going to go ahead and continue to assemble them, adding 3 leaves for now. At the end, I'll go ahead and add more leaves if needed, and so I'll just finish assembling these and then we'll move on to the next item. So moving on to this cute little teal flower. I love teal, so I had to add that color in there. You're going to take that same punch that we used earlier. You're not going to use every single part of the punch, but we'll punch the whole entire thing and we'll just remove what we don't need. We'll also make a few more of these flowery petals because I like to stack it and make it look really cute. You're also going to need a pearl for the center, so just start assembling everything layer by layer, and then we'll add the pearl to the center just to finish it off. Cute. Next up are these yellow flowers, which is going to be a similar process to the pink flowers we made earlier. You're going to need your very small punch, and we're going to do the same thing we did. Make a small slit, not all the way through, and then we're going to fold it around like a cylinder shape, but just a smaller cylinder, not as tight. And then you're going to start to layer it until you get the desired effect that you want. Make a smaller cylinder and put that in the middle. This time we won't use glitter. This is the finished product. Next, I'm making a few little small purple flowers, same punch, just punch it through, and this time we're only going to make 2 layers. So you're just going to punch out 2, you're going to make that same slit in the middle, roll it around like a cylinder, and then just stack them inside of each other, and that's it. Alright, so we've got all of the embellishments that we need, the leaves, the flowers, the smaller flowers. So we've got everything that we need, and so now we can start working on the sign. I've already pre-stained it, so you're going to need some Mod Podge and then a little bit of some spray adhesive. And then we're going to take that template that we made earlier, and we're going to go ahead and fit it onto the wooden sign. I cut it in 2 pieces because my silhouette wouldn't cut the entire size that I needed. So I just cut it into 2. So we're just fitting it onto the sign. And then once we've got it fitted on the sign, we're going to go ahead and Mod Podge it. So we're going to open the Mod Podge, which I have a roller brush, and of course I always wear a glove so that way it makes cleanup easy. And we're just going to roll the Mod Podge onto the sign until we've got the whole thing covered. And since we're using regular paper, at some time during this process, some of the paper came up every now and again. Wasn't anything to worry about. I just put a little Mod Podge underneath, stuck it back down, and we were good to go. So we will finish Mod Podging the entire sign, and then the next step is adding the letters or her name, which was the fun part. So her name is Addison Rose, and so I'm going to go ahead and add Addison, and then I'll add Rose at the bottom, and then we're going to Mod Podge that too. So I'm adding a little Mod Podge on there initially, and then we're going to go ahead and cover the entire sign with Mod Podge. And then once that is done, we are going to have some fun and add all the flowers that we made earlier. Be sure to give it enough time to dry. So once it's dry, we're going to move on to the fun part. We're going to add the flowers we made earlier. So I'm just setting them in the place I want them to go, and then I'm going to hot glue them onto the sign. I love hot glue. It works just fine, so you don't need to go out and buy any strong glue. The hot glue works perfectly. And so we'll just go ahead and add all of the flowers that we made in different locations to make it look really cute. So this is all up to you in the way that you want to design it. And so I'm just going to place them where I want them, adding all of the pink flowers, the teal flowers, purple, yellow, and then at the end we're going to add all of the leaves throughout just to make it look real. And that is pretty much it. I didn't use real flowers again because I thought this would be a cheaper option. It was not hard at all to do, and so it was kind of fun. I love doing crafts and DIY projects, so this was right up my alley. Here is the finished product. It turned out amazing. It's the perfect sign, which I picked up, by the way, the circle sign at my local Home Depot. I think it was about $6. And so all you're going to need is that, and then you're going to need your favorite stain color, which I chose dark walnut. This sign is amazing. It looks great in her room. She loves it. And so I would definitely recommend making it if you're willing to put the time in. It's super easy. If you want to use real flowers, you're more than welcome to. Just keep in mind that they get a little bit pricey when you purchase them from the hobby store, so this is a cheaper solution. So you have 2 options that you can work with if you want to make this sign. And so it turned out really beautifully in her room. I hope you love it. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you inspiration. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. If you're new here on my channel, I hope you'll subscribe. We'll have lots more DIY projects coming up soon, and make sure to check out our last DIY by clicking the link above.